Good afternoon. Oh, what a beautiful afternoon it is. So, as usual, I thought I'll come out and take myself a 10-minute break and come and chit-chat with you guys, considering I have nobody else's company. Who could I ever want more as company if I've got y'all? So, today's topic. Every day I've got a different topic, obviously, and today's topic is on caffeine. Because a lot of people do sometimes comment and say, hey, I'm on 600 or 900 milligrams of caffeine a day. Is that too much? And I'm thinking, holy shit. How does somebody even begin to drink that much caffeine? You know, what are they just drinking pots and pots of coffee, or taking an extremely highly dosed caffeine from a pre-workout or from energy drinks? Hold on, I'm going to adjust one of the cameras here because I'm talking to you both on my YouTube channel and on my Facebook here, Facebook Live. Right, so I don't know if you guys have actually tested this or looked at studies or anything. Like, I like to look at studies, sure, but I always like to apply and put everything into a logistical context to see if it actually works in the real world as well, and combine the both and find out if one is haphazard, one is of benefit, or whatever. So anyway, if you've been following me for a while now, you will know that the primary force that feeds me daily is my health. I don't give a fuck about vanity purposes. Of course, I want to look good. It makes me feel good. I have confidence. I want to have a body that people want to aspire to. But the vanity does not move me. It's my health. I want to improve my health every day. Of course, as we are getting older, we're fighting against the clock, and that's why I actually have an app on my phones that counts down my life. Would you believe it? So I've guesstimated how long I have to live, and it counts down. It says you've got these many more hours. You know, it works down in time and days and hours, and so it's fucking ticking. I have no doubt about that. I want to make sure that life doesn't flash before my eyes. I'm very much present, and everything I do within the bodybuilding realms is, number one, a priority for my health. So that's why when I created my supplements, I'm not going to put a fucking cheap fucking caffeine in there that you'll find sprayed on coffee beans that makes it highly addicted, or a cheap caffeine bean, or that you'll find in energy drinks or in pretty much every fucking pre-workout. So anyway, going back to the amount of caffeine, it doesn't come down to just the amount of caffeine, it's the source of the caffeine. Whenever I purchase foods, I try, when I can, of course it's not always applicable, I try to go organic. I try to eat clean and healthy. I want to stay away from trans fats. So when I put a caffeine in my body, I want it to be a fucking healthy caffeine. So that's why I go for a Pure Caf organic green bean caffeine straight from the organic farms in India. So if you've taken Pure Caf over any other like caffeine that you'll find in bloody pre-workouts or fucking energy drinks or anything like that, you'll know that it's a completely different effect. I suffer from anxiety. I don't take general caffeine or coffee. I'll have a decaf coffee, or I'll have a cup of tea, a weak cup of tea. If I go for anything like other than that, it just makes me too fucking anxious. My heart is racing, my brain is racing, I can't focus, and forget the workouts. It doesn't work as well as I'd hope. If I take a conventional pre-workout, normally I'd have to have half the dose. So anyway, so what you'll find with an organic caffeine is that you have a very steady state, a very steady flow of that energy rush, which is exactly what I prefer. And if you've taken it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So if you look at pre-caged here, if you look at the ingredient list, and then you look at the in-cage here, you'll see a split of caffeines. So anything over, say, 286, that has been shown in studies and tests, they say is a blood constrictor. What are we trying to do when we go to the gym? we are trying to dilate our blood vessels. We're trying to improve the blood flow, the transport of nutrients, to get the pump, to allow for the recovery. So why on earth would you ever take anything more than 300 in one single dose? You wouldn't. Generally, it should not be done. Try this out for yourself. Don't just go by what I'm saying. Try it out for yourself. Is the energy rush that you've got a focused, pinpoint, laser-focused energy rush, or is it a hyperventilating anxiety rush? Okay? And do you find that you're going to get a sufficient pump with that caffeine? Again, don't just take my word for it. Go and test it for yourself. So there's a reason why I have 274 in one dose, because I don't want to go up over 286 or 300 and allow it to be a blood constrictor. That's why, same with other ingredients that I have in caged, is why I split them up. The citrulline, I got 6.5 in here, and then I'll split it up to the in caged. Sorry, well, I'll have the 3 grams. Okay. So then you get into like 9.5s, and it's the same with the beta-alanine. I don't want you to get the beta-alanine tingles, because that fucking puts you off. And what you're trying to do is focus within the gym. You're trying to get that mind-muscle connection. You're not trying to be. You don't want to be distracted. You don't want to be those tingles. So that's why I split it up, and that's exactly why I split up the caffeine from the pre-caged into the in-caged, where you get the 274 there, and you get the 124 when you get into the in-cage, because you should be taking pre-caged at least about 30 to 40 minutes before your workout, and then you start this after you've started your workout, so you have the benefit of the blood dilating, bloody hell, get it out, man, the blood dilating properties, okay, but you still have the neurofocus. So I would suggest you stick to that on your workout days. Don't go any more than that. You shouldn't be going any more than 500, that's for sure, in a day. No fucking way. No way. Shouldn't be anywhere near that. And again, look at the forms of those caffeines, okay? So that's why I suggest an organic. Now, if you still want caffeine on your non-training day, personally I don't do caffeine on non-training day. I'd say, look, if I wanted to sell you these and promote these, and I'd say, fuck yeah, I take them all the time. But I don't. I've probably taken a Pure caffeine tablet maybe 4 times in my life when I've really needed it, when I've been traveling, like I'm traveling tomorrow. But other than that, I don't take it. But if you really want caffeine on your non-training days, just take it in a Pure caffeine form. You can have a decaffeinated coffee or something like that, and put the caffeine in there if you prefer, or just have it as a separate. You got 200 megs there, but you're having a green bean organic caffeine as opposed to a cheap shitty dilating constricting caffeine. Do you know what I mean? So I hopefully I can answer some of your questions now. So one of the most common questions I've had is, how much caffeine should I have a day? How much is too much? Hopefully I've helped you out there. Can I take the powder mixed with milk? Depending on what diet you're on and what powder you're talking about. Crisp Apple Pre-Caged rocks. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. How does an average cup of coffee compare? Is it a cup or is a cup or 2 fine before the workout? No, just take your pre-caged before you work out, and that is plenty of caffeine, and it's a much healthier caffeine. Do you really need to take carbs after a workout, especially when you're trying to lose weight, or doesn't matter as long as you hit your macros? Kevin, I have not suggested any carbs post-workout for about 6 years now. If not 7 years. So no, you take recaged post-workout. Recaged is the fastest digesting protein you can put into your body, which will give you a sufficient insulin spike. Is it better drinking coffee better than capsule? No, as I just explained, in coffee or energy drinks or a lot of pre-workouts, you get a very cheap, inferior type of caffeine, which is generally around 60% pure. A Pure Caf organic green bean caffeine is around 90% pure. Does pre-cage really affect sleep in any which way? Uh, I don't train at night, so I don't know. Some people are fine, they sleep with it. Some people don't, so only one way to try and find out, I guess. Thanks for your supplement line, Kris, and your programs. Thank you, Tristan. I appreciate that. Hey, Kris, just got home from work, drinking Hydrocharge on the rocks. Placed a Caged Muscle restock in order last night. Thanks for everything. Thank you, Scott. I really appreciate that. Scott, try this. Instead of just putting it in normal water, try putting it in sparkling water with ice. Friggin' phenomenal. Does caffeine counteract creatine? No, I wouldn't put creatine in my pre-caged otherwise, would I? I hope someone books you in Canada this year. Yeah, I'd love to. Is your pre-cage gluten-free? Yes, it is. How about protein bars? What about protein bars? Thanks for that answer. Thank you for your loyal projects. Thank you. I appreciate you coming in and listening. Cody, Kris just watched 3 videos on your YouTube saying that I just watched 3 videos on you on YouTube. Oh man, sorry, these questions are going really fast and they keep knocking them up. Saying you're fake natty because, fuck, they keep going back up. Because you are too big to be natural. One said... Oh, guys, sorry, it keeps jumping up. I'm scrolling it back down, but it keeps jumping up the second another comment comes in. Fuck, sorry. Can you please repeat that, but make it a lot shorter, because these questions are just going up, and every time I scroll it down, a new one comes. I don't know if you can see it, and it's all jumping up. Where can I get that amazing coffee mug? I just made it myself. I just found a company and did it myself. Kiefer says, are you in Idaho again? I've lived in Idaho for several years, so yeah. Mitch, will you make protein bars in the future perhaps? No, probably not. Noah, eating about 6,000 calories a day on a 12-week muscle building trainer, 175 pounds, having a hard time gaining weight. Any other suggestions? Wow. Yeah, increase your fats as opposed to your carbohydrates. Do you have any products without milk? Yeah, all of them. Kris, where do you get organic coffee? Specific brand? I just use Caffeine. I just use these. What shades are those? Dieter. Taking clean burn right now, my man. Awesome, Nick. You must be on a fat loss diet. Is it okay eating Muscle Farmer protein bars? No, it's not. Where do you lift in Boise area? In one of the Axioms, usually, or sometimes the Mecca. Kris, recommendations for shin splints for running. Josh, I suggest that you go to your local specialist, get them to measure your gait, and have them suggest some trainers to you. Maybe you've got the wrong trainers. Craig, just moved to Boise last month. Love it so far. What's your favorite outdoor activity around here? A lot of things. I like hiking, I like mountain biking. I like going up to the lake here. I like going up into the Sawtooth Mountains camping. Kris, you trust too easily many times and always get cheated on. Bavesh, I don't understand. Who's cheated me? I don't recall anyone cheating me recently, so please tell me. Come to Twin Falls, Idaho, and lift with us. Yeah, okay, I'll get in a car now. Angel, I ride my bicycle for 1.5 hours a day and actually gain weight. I'm trying to lose weight. Should I stop biking? No, you should probably look at your diet. Diet's probably wrong. Leanne, how much sweet potato can I eat in a day? I don't know. I have no idea what your weight is, don't know what your goals is, what programs you're on. I remembered you use protein coffee in a video. What do you put in it? Protein coffee? Oh, maybe it was a decaf coffee and I put, decaf coffee and, I put some casein, vanilla casein. Some guy with your camera, God, it keeps going. Bloody hell, some guy with your camera and Sharu. God, Sharu was like 5-6 years ago, dude. And this camera was like literally, God, 4 weeks ago. So yeah, I've been ripped off twice in 6 years, or actually twice in my life. They just happened both in the same year. But I want to be trustworthy. Of course I want to feel, think the best of people. But obviously they take my kindness as a weakness and they take advantage of me. And, Yeah, I got ripped off a couple of times. It happens. Are you a lifetime natural, says Jason. Yes, but a lot of people don't believe it, but that's what's their prerogative. I don't give a fuck. Kris, how much if weightlifting burn fat, then lightweight, more rep? Wow, sorry, didn't understand a word of that. Test boosters, question mark. Don't know what that means. Which KM supplements are expected to launch this year? Awaiting T boosters and multivitamins. Sorry, guys, I'm not going to tell any of you when any of our products are releasing, because the thing is, people ask me every single day, when's this coming out? When's that coming out? When's this coming out? When's that coming out? Every single day, so I don't tell anybody anymore. Have you heard of the Fat Burner Extra Lean? It has ephedrine. Oh, wow, I would definitely stay away from that then. Kris, you need to put your iPad or mobile horizontally. That will help read comments. No, it actually comes even faster because it's even smaller, so no, definitely not. Where are you answering these? Both on YouTube and Facebook. So the YouTube, for some reason, only comes up one at a time. They don't stay up unless I keep touching the screen. Okay. Should I take Recaged after my PM cardio? You can if you want, but I never did. How much creatine would be good for a 200-pound man trying to gain muscle? If you look on the back of the creatine HCl bottles from Caged Muscle, it tells you exactly how much you should take for your weight. Do you ever have creatine at night? On my non-training days, I drink it throughout the day in my jug. So how much caffeine is too much? I just told you. Don't ever take anything more than 400 per day. Kris, when I'm on a fat loss diet, do you decrease my carbs? I'm on a fat loss. Yeah, follow my 8-week hardcore video trainer on KAGEDMUSCLE.com and you will be fine. Does lifting burn fat? Yes, it does. Will you be making a muscle building trainer too after the Ironman? No, because I'll be building muscle right now whilst I'm doing the Ironman. Hey Kris, is it okay if I take a scoop and a half of Caged Muscle casein protein? Sure, if you like. I take about a scoop myself. How much glutamine do you take a day? I have like 4 scoops in my gallon jug. Kris, need some info on niacin and glucophage. Like what info? Do you drink apple cider vinegar right after clean burn or sometime after? Yeah, probably around the same sort of time if I'm on a fat loss diet, but I'm not on one at the moment. In Body by Design, cardio is spoken about as brisk walking. Is there any problem with running as long as you're not sprinting? Yeah, if you're not on a fat loss diet, sure. Blueberry flavor in the future, it's not on our radar, no. What is a good grab-and-go pre-workout meal? I just like to go for a light digesting protein, so I like to go for either egg whites or recaged, and like sweet potato. What has been the hardest part of your Ironman training so far? Nothing. Nothing's been hard. I've only been on it a week. Ask me in a couple of months, maybe in 3 months' time, and I'll tell you. Have you been to Iceland? No, I'd absolutely love to go there. Test booster thoughts? I think all of them on the market are shit. What total caffeine in pre-caged and in-cage combined? If you go onto the Caged Muscle website, you can check it out yourself and add it up. Does drinking BCAAs throughout the day slow down your ability to burn fat? No. Who has released this recently? Because so many people have asked me that question just over the last couple of days, and I've no idea why. It's a terrible bit of misinformation. Hey Kris, what are your thoughts on cheat meals? I don't personally do them. Hey Kris, big fan. What do you think of CrossFit? I do it every now and again. I don't do it that much now. Hey Kris, just wanted to let you know it was great as a young teenager to find out someone from a small Welsh town could make it so far. I'm from Brecon, by the way. Best wishes for the Ironman. Thank you very much, Sam. I appreciate it. I absolutely love Brecon, to be honest with you. I've gone running around the little river there that runs through the town, and I was very happy when Costa Coffee opened, because that was like the first one for miles and miles that I could actually go and do some writing from. Kris, love your streams. Only just got my YT account. That's awesome. What's the best way to burn fat? Follow my 8-week hardcore video training or 4 weeks to 4 weeks to shreds. Where can I buy the cool bag you use for your meals? God, what is the cool bag called that I use? Shit, I don't know the name, to be honest with you. I have no idea. I can't remember the name. I bought it online somewhere. Come to Quebec City. Yeah, okay. I'll just jump on a plane and come. Cool. Crisp apple in the UK. When is it happening? It already is. You can order from KAGEDMUSCLE.com. What do you prefer, compound or isolation movements? I like both of them. Recage right after waking up. I prefer to take my greens first. Chris, are you doing Ironman Arizona? No, I'm not. 6-pack meal bag? No, it wasn't. I can't remember the name of it. Chris, today was gym and volume training for legs, muscle building trainer. Felt like a monster afterwards. Going to be sore for a week. Awesome. What happens if I drink more than 4 megs of caffeine a day? Well, number one, you'll get central nervous system fatigue. But number two, it helps. It's going to lead to dehydration. And number three, it's going to be a blood constrictor. When we're working out, we want blood vasodilation. Jerry Ward is telling people that BCAAs slow down fat. So that's the culprit, is it? I don't know this guy. But anyway, tell that to all the top Olympians and tell that to all the top natural bodybuilders in the world, including myself, that have been getting lean and shredded for years and years and years and years. Hasn't stopped them from burning fat. I don't see anybody getting fat anytime soon from taking fucking BCAAs. Shout out to JM Free Running because he is a YouTuber and my friend. Awesome, cool. Are you still training Riddick Roshan? No, I'm not, because I'm here in Boise, Idaho, and I'm very, very busy, but we stay in touch. He's a great guy. Are you cancelling out Omega Oil? What's your views? See, I didn't understand that, sorry. Would you recommend mixing Recage with 2% milk? I'm not looking to lose weight. No, that's absolutely fine. Go for it. Dope watch. Yes, it is one of my Swole O'Clock watches. I've actually got a special on Swole O'Clock at the moment. If you go onto swoleoclock.com and put in Gethin, Gethin 10 at the checkout, you will get a discount. You'll get 10% off. So if you want to watch just like mine, that's where you go. How many tattoos do you have? God, no idea. I've never counted them. It's like asking me, what do your arms measure? Never fucking measured them. I don't care. I measured one muscle group once, and I was left feeling deflated and inferior. So I'll never measure another one again. Did you hear Bradley Martin's comment on the fitness industry? No, I didn't. I'm sorry, guys. Like, when you ask a lot of questions like this, I know I probably should look at more people's social networks and stuff like that, but I generally don't. I have met Bradley a few times, and I've worked out with him twice, I believe. Seems to be a good guy, but, that's as far as I know him. Chris, what's your preferred recovery method? Immediately following my workout, I'll have recaged. Now I'm starting to do an Ironman training. I actually start having ice baths and meditation. Do you smoke or take drugs? It's a prank, bro. Good prank. Was it your Johnson? Yeah, it was. That's it. I thought I thought my virginity had grown back, and I thought maybe I should consider a sex change, so then I could justify my inadequacy. What's your body fat? No idea. Is Riddick Roshan natty? Please reply. Definitely natty. I've no idea why people thought he wasn't natural. When we did a before and after transformation, he had a fucking amazing transformation. There's no doubt about it. He's a very easy client to work with, very attuned to his body. But I think when I pulled him down to, be shredded before I carb loaded him, I think we got down to like 67, 68 kilos. And what is he? He's got to be like 5'10", if not more, 5'11", possibly. So, he was extremely small. He's just got very full-looking muscle bellies, which gives you like a three-dimensional look. So when people said this guy must be on steroids, I was like, are you fucking kidding me? You know what I mean? He was very, very small and slender, but he looked fantastic, you know. Iron Man now, what's next? If you didn't bodybuild, what would you do? I'd be in the music industry. I love music. That's why I actually brought out an album a few years ago. I love music. I'd definitely be in the music industry. Kris, I recommend Cage Muscle to everyone I work with at my firehouse. Just a shout out. That's awesome, Dylan. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Are you an endomorph? Well, do you know what? I honestly think I have changed my body type. I started out as an ectomorph. I was definitely a skinnier person. And then I went through a time of like back problems, a bit of depression, and I put on a lot of weight, and you know, I got fat. But naturally, I'm a skinny person. But then now, over the years, I've been, training for the past 17, 18 years. I think I've definitely turned my body a little bit more towards endo because I find it a little bit harder to diet down now as I used to, but I find it much easier to put on muscle than I used to. Madison says, Kris, stop talking. Why don't you just fuck off somewhere instead? Off-season gains, the 8-week hardcore program for 12-week muscle building program. I don't understand. Do you have any plans on making long sleeve Cage Muscle spandex tops? No. Why do you talk about supplements and especially Cage Muscle when in one of your videos you say supplements are a maximum 5% of everything you do in a gym? Yeah, they are. I'd say that they still are. I haven't changed that view. I'd say they're about 5% if you're doing everything correct. But you tell me, if you are putting 5% extra into your day every single day, that adds up, doesn't it? So it's like if I'm down in hydration 5%, that's going to affect my performance by about 5% every day. That's why I fucking drink a gallon of water every single day. So I'm going to be talking about supplements because number one, I've got my own supplement line now, and number two, I'm absolutely fucking disgraced what people and companies are putting into their products and selling to you guys. And you're fucking buying them and taking them. But I don't blame you for that. You just haven't been educated or been behind the scenes to see what these companies are putting into their products so they can make 60%, so they can continue paying their athletes and paying for expos and paying hundreds of thousands of dollars to put in ads in magazines so they can have shitty fucking products to put in your bodies that you are working your asses off for. So if you don't like me talking about supplements, fine. You know, I am doing plenty of other things, you know what I mean? I put out video trainers, I put out books, I do seminars, I write you daily newsletters, I do my YouTube channel. If that's not enough, then you start contributing. Let's see what you do. Thanks for staying on course on your live videos. No problem. Do you plan to make protein bars? Nope. Thoughts on Mark Lorbliner? I'm a long-time friend of Mark Lorbliner, have been for many, many years. And God, the first time I had a barbecue with him in my garden must have been about 2006, maybe 2005. And we stay in contact ever since. He's a very good guy. I like him. He's one of the good guys in the industry. Kris, what do you suggest for building lean muscle? Follow my muscle building video trainer. Kris Gethin, haters are gonna hate. Stay strong. I've been dealing with haters for many, many years. Don't worry. I'm built like a brick shithouse now. When can we expect your natural test booster to come out? I'm not going to tell you. Hey Kris, I'm pretty sure I have a pinched nerve in my upper right of my back. Any tips on how to recover? You probably want to go and see a physician, go see a chiropractor, and see if they can help in that position, because if you've got an impinged nerve, you may need to be realigned to get that fixed. Kris, are you coming out with a new flavor for HydroCharge? Yeah, keep following my socials, you'll be the first to find out. Hey Kris, I just want to say thanks for being my motivation lately. Love the muscle building trainer. Just started hardcore trainer too. Awesome. Thank you very much, Justin. I appreciate that. So anyway, guys, thank you very much for joining me. I appreciate your time and I appreciate you keeping me company. I am going to be flying to New York first thing in the morning, very early, so I'll be up at like 3:30 in the morning to get my workout in before, and then I've got to get my cardio in when I get there, which will be about 8 o'clock in the evening. So I won't be online too much tomorrow. If I do have time on a stopover, I will get on a live feed and speak to you guys. And I'm not going to do any appearances here, I'm afraid. I'm just there for a couple of meetings, and then I fly straight back. So anyway, guys, thank you very much for joining me, and I will speak to y'all soon.